The victory that destroyed both winner and the loser together in a single day. The bloody Battle of Mantinea, where the giants of Sparta collided with the crushing military of Inferno, ended with the death greatest Greece, causing both powers to collapse forever. A sudden devastating changes everything. Shock spreads through the Baltapel, everything did.
In 360 BC, the lands of Greece with anger, and the wounded Sparta gathered all of its loyal allies for revenge. Wash away different as a brush right to the perfumes. Mass fast battling reveal messengers across valleys, coastal and coast, thousands upon
and in response, the blind Theban might surged forward like a merciless human flood, followed by the heavily armed forces of Carcadiogles gathered on the vast plain of Mantinea for an Aedean fight from greatest massacre in Brazen. Entire armies merge into one, unstoppable of soldiers. No empty ground remained. The legendary genius Epaminondas commanded the allied armies, the man who had previous crushed Spartan pride, and he planned to deliver a final decisive blow that this time would bury the Spartan warriors beneath the earth and make him points toward the Spartan wills known the absolute master of Greece. With cold nerves and the confidence of kings, Epaminondas played with the minds of his enemies. He made his massive army pretend his weapons to deceive the Spartans, luring them into the trap of deadly complacency. What looked like a sleeping army becomes a deadly machine of war in seconds. As a result of this legendary advance, the ranks of Sparta and its allies finally broke apart, and they began a humiliating retreat under the deadly Theban blows, as the signs of a historic victory appeared on the horizon. A victory that nearly changed the face of the ancient world. Suddenly, the Theban hordes surged forward like a devastating storm, and their elite warriors charged in a gigantic steel wedge weighing tons, smashing directly into the heart of the stunned Spartan lines, and transforming the quiet battlefield in a human slaughterhouse drenched in blood. While hell consumed the bodies, the genius Epaminondas personally led the assault from the front lines, cutting through his enemies, driving his men toward overwhelming victory, breaking through Sparta's strongest defensive positions amid the chaos of battle. The clash was savage and horrifying, unlike anything Greece had ever witnessed. Bronze shields shattered, thousands of spears broke across bare chests, and Spartan warriors fought desperate to defend their wounded honor. But history was hiding a terrifying, bloody chapter. At the peak of the decisive moment, an enraged Spartan warrior rushed forward and hurled a poisoned spear with all his strength, piercing the chest of the legendary commander Epaminondas and throwing him to the ground as panic spread among his soldiers. The battle seemed to stop breathing in pure terror, and the soldiers carried their dying commander away from the burning battlefield while the treacherous bread still remained lodged in his body, slowly draining his life as the cries of his graving followers echoed around him. The dying genius looked our shields around him with his final been shattered and asked his men with desperate military urgency, "Have we won?" "Yes, my lord. We have crushed our enemies, and victory now belongs to Thebes." The legendary commander smiled bitterly and spoke his final terrifying historic words. "I have lived long, and I die now, and I am first and undefended." Then he pulled, challenged, blood would flow, and his spirit would rise to the sky. Despite the achievement of the crushing tactical victory on the battlefield, the death of Commander shocked the hearts of the Thebans, so their great vote turned into mourning, and the remaining commanders were unable to explodences, so that their military advance, the success stopped, and their movement froze completely. And with the descent of the gloomy threads of evening, Mantinea was covered with the bodies of the elites from both sides. Sparta was broken militarily, and the leadership of lost departure with her for its mastermind, so that the two great powers from the battle with the wreckage of unease that would never heal. After Mantinea, the lands of Greece sank into a deadly political and military vacuum, and all the old great powers collapsed, which paved the way for the appearance of the young Macedonian power later, so that Alexander the Great would inherit a shattered world completely to his